I see that little spice. I see his little spice container menu options. I love it already. Yeah, they went full aesthetic on this, and I love it. Think well before you dare. Never ruminate once in action. 1988. It's an easier than said than done. Easier said than done quote. Yeah. Let's go with chill. I feel like she's gonna be quite. She's gonna be a character that will come up quite often. Hello, Black Blue. Leaving already? Hey yo! I'm sorry. That's definitely not what he said. Hey yo, sorry, did I wake you? It's not. That's not how you pronounce it. I think it's Io. It just took me out of the mood so quickly. No. Well, that's what he's gonna sound like now. I don't care. Is that a name? Yes, that's a name. Io, sorry. Did I wake you? What time is it? 8. How are you feeling? Tired or nauseous? Tired? Are we going on a trip? Are we in an airport? Why do we have like a plane symbol on our blanket? Just like yesterday. Ah. Okay, I'll call your school and say you can't come in today. Is she a teacher? I was just about to leave for work. You should go back to sleep. What about your lunch? There's some leftover idli batter and garlic chutney from yesterday. You can steam some idlis quickly. I don't know if I can figure all that out. It's leftovers. It's not that hard. It's okay. I was just about to leave. It's just idlis. It's very easy. It'll take me too long, Venba. Don't worry. I can just survive on the coffee machine. No, you can't. You've got leftover idlis in the fridge. Just eat it. Oh, for shame. The hard work that she's put in. I'll make it then. Oh my god. Wait 5 minutes. It's leftovers. Venba, really, it's fine. No, no, no. I need to make lunch for myself anyway. Just tell the school I'll be done in a minute. She gonna go to work? Okay. Oh my goodness. This guy. Poor Venba. I think Io was his way of waking her up. Okay, let's get this done fast. Although, should I try my mother's recipe for once? The way I make idlis are never as soft as hers. I don't actually know what an idlis is. They would always cheer me up when I was feeling sick. I should just make them her way today. If the recipe is still readable, that is. Yo, we getting them tunes. Ooh. Alright, I think controller is actually not as good as... I'm gonna use my mouse for this. Hey yo feels a lot like something Ollie sometimes says when they join VC. Yeah, it does. Like... Hey yo. Now it's not letting me use this. Oh god, I can't use my mouse. I'm gonna use my controller, it's fine. Idli plate, towel, cooker, ingredients, water and batter. Holes to let steam through. These can have holes so batter can cook to make sure to something or it will leak. Oh no! I have not made idli with these kinds of plates before. The only difference from mine is the holes in the plates. The recipe also calls for towels, I'm not sure why. But Amma swears this method makes the idlis a lot softer. Maybe about idlis. They're a breakfast staple. They are so little of you, but they give you so much back. Simply grind rice and some fermented lentils for that cloudy batter. Steam it to make those soft, fluffy cakes. Ah, anyone can make it. It's so easy. Except for my husband, I guess. What a dumbass. Although I've never made it with my mother's cooker. This might be a challenge. We can do it. Okay. Oh, never mind. Okay, let's see. Arrange plates so steam can cook properly. That's the lid. That's the batter. That's towels? Ah! You put them on there, and then you put this. Aha! And then you put that in there, and then you do it again. Oops. I thought maybe I could just put it on top of there. Was I supposed to put water in before, or... Ah, it's probably fine. She would have stopped me, I'm assuming. How's the sound, by the way? Oh, and it soaks into the cloth and everything. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see how it turns out. We pressure cooking and everything. That should be long enough. Let's remove the lid and see how it turned out. Only the bottom plate cooked. Maybe the steam from the water didn't reach the upper plates. There must be an orientation of these plates that would let the steam pass freely. Oh. Oh, to let the steam pass through everything. Right. All right, I really want to use my mouse. This is getting annoying. Hold up. It might be because I'm using Windows Borderless, but it was working before. Let me just make that small. Then make it big. Maybe I can bring up the menu. Would it work if you unplug the controller? Maybe. Now nothing's working. Sometimes I auto default. No, but the thing is, my controller was plugged in. I just didn't use it. And it was okay using my mouse, but now it's not. Maybe I should quit the game and restart. Yeah, I could just do that. That shouldn't be too hard. Let's just do that. Yeah, we haven't gone that far in, so we're good. There we go, there's my mouse. Continue. Ooh. And now we'll get it right first time. Oops. I'm guessing so it just aligns with those? Yeah, I feel like indie games are always really good about, like, saves. They're not going through all the holes, though. This is hard. I can figure it out. I can do it. Let's see. Let's see. Let's remove the lid, see how it turned out. That looks cooked. Oh, never mind. Only the bottom plate got cooked. Fuck. Let's try that again. Oh, when I'm placing it down! Oh, I have to turn it when I'm placing it down so it aligns, maybe. If the steam holes of the bottom plate actually cook the batter of the top plate, maybe I can rotate the plate to align them. So they're getting through everything? They were like, stop, don't be dumb. Listen, this is how you do it. That should be long enough. Let's remove the lid and see how it turned out. Ooh! Hey, wait, are those saunas? Those look like saunas. They do! Wait a minute. I need to look this up. Put chutney. Oh wow, you even took the time to make our faces. Is the food talking to me? I think you forgot about my beard though. Oh, she looks so tired. You really didn't have to do this. What else could I do? My husband can't figure out idlis. Venba, I told you to go to sleep. You've been feeling sick and exhausted. You didn't have to cook. It's not a big deal if I skip lunch once. Avalon. You're making me choose between resting and letting you starve. That's not a fair choice for me. You're not letting me starve. I know, but that's what it feels like. And even if I had let you leave, I couldn't sleep peacefully. What will I do for lunch? It's true. I'm just like fueling this fight. I'd still have had to cook, as exhausted and sick as I am, because you couldn't make me idlis. You just wouldn't have seen it. I don't have a coffee machine here to survive on either. Is it so hard for you to cook, even on days like this? Oh shit. You're right. Sorry. Did you look for tickets back home? Yes. It's expensive, but we can manage it. So, do you think we should go? I don't know. Let me ask the boss again if he can make me full-time. But unless the school gives you more shifts, or my boss changes his mind, it's gonna be tough to stay in Canada. You know there are other options, but I wouldn't mind going back. I'm sure I can teach again at my old job. And there's nothing really keeping us here. That would be nice. Okay, well, why don't you leave with me now? I'll walk you to the doctor's office before I go to work. Oh no, I'm sure all I need is some sleep. You've been saying that for 2 days now. Come on, I'll walk you. Doctors are free here. That's what they say. Saunas are like puffy kind of, not pastry, but they're like rice sort of made things. I can't even describe it, but they look like that. And they're usually used to like absorb curries and stuff. So you can have them with curries or dals or loads of different things. A lot of people have them for breakfast. Sometimes people just make them a bit sweet with something called jaggery. And you can have them with tea. I really like them as like a breakfast tea treat. I haven't had them in ages though. Yeah, they do look like idlis. That's what I'm saying. What did the doctor say? Maybe they are idlis or some sort of form of it, and I just never knew it with that name. Because I grew up in like a Portuguese sort of colonized version of India. No, it was just a Portuguese colonized section of India. So a lot of the foods are a mixture of Indian cuisine and Portuguese westernized cuisine. Idlis look a bit more buffy. Maybe. I've never made them myself, so I couldn't say. We used to just like, someone would come by and we'd just like buy them from them. So it's cool seeing how they're actually made. I did assume that they would be like steamed in some sort of way to get them to have that kind of texture, but it's cool actually seeing it. The boss didn't even consider it. Unless a miracle happens, I'd say we start packing. What? What's with you? You never told me what the doctor said. Well, I think you should eat first. I think they're having a babu. Okay. Idlis again? Ah. What's gotten into you today? Look at it properly. There's a babu! He almost ate his babu. Oh no. So I guess that means we have a reason to stay. I mean, raising a child back home wouldn't be so bad either. He preggers? She is preggers. That's why she... I thought that they knew she was preggers because she was like nauseous and tired. But I guess... I mean, because I seen the trailer, so I already knew that there was a kid. So maybe I spoiled myself, but... Interesting. There's a chance at a very different life here. It's only gonna get more expensive though, and we're barely scraping by as it is. We can't provide everything other parents would be able to. What if they resent us for that when they grow up? Maybe moving back to India is the best option after all. But then they could resent us for taking away this opportunity. What do you think, Venba? It's interesting though, because a lot of people I knew who were either from India or still living there, like, it was always like a plan to move people outside of India. Like, a lot of people, there's like this constant struggle of my family's there, but I have so many more opportunities outside. And like, a lot of friends that I had there have like moved here to England. and like, you know, pursuing other things, and it's like they get really, really homesick. Like, obviously I was born here, so I don't get as homesick. I was more homesick when I moved there. But like that feeling when I was over there and I was homesick of living here, it's like I can't imagine that, like, you know, to like leave your entire family and move to a different country just for like other opportunities. But you know, it's a heavy thing to carry. Yeah, one of my friends is actually one of my best friends from school. She's been living here for quite a couple of years. And we're actually meeting up recently soon. Like, I haven't seen her in person in so long, but she was like, we were really close when we were kids. And she was just talking about how like her mother came over and she like showed her the, like, she went all over England with her. It's always nice to meet all friends. Yeah, like we were like super close to the point where when I moved back to England, we emailed each other like every day, and I was like, I stumbled across some of her emails. I think I was searching up a keyword for like a shipping address or something, or some shipping information, and it accidentally gave me one of our old emails, and I was like, oh my god, why were we writing like books worth of like pages of emails to each other? They were like, I'm not even kidding, like paragraphs and paragraphs per email. And it was like stupid shit like, today was sports day and oh my god, this happened, and then I ran for so long and I got so sick, and then it was like that. And it was so funny to just see us like send like just the stupidest drama to each other, but we stayed in contact for quite long. And it's just stuff like, you know, because we were each other's best friends, so when I left, you know, she was just talking about how it was really hard in our social group. It was so hard when I left, like my social group basically fell apart. No, it was more like we were just like really close to each other. So like our social group was more, everyone was kind of friends with each other, but there were like little friend groups inside of our group, and we were kind of our own little 2-person group. So when I left, it was kind of like, well, who would she go to? And then for me, it was like, obviously I had to make a whole different group of friends. And I never found anyone as close to her in my new school. So like I never had that kind of, like I never found that connection that I had before, and I was really sad to kind of get through. I did find some people who I forced to watch like K-dramas with me in school. That was like a whole thing. I had a phase. It's never gone away. I was like inside. I remember in like an English class, we had to like do an essay or something in the computer room, and I think we had a substitute teacher, and I was just like watching K-dramas with my friend in the back of the room. And I remember the substitute teacher came over, and he was actually the son of our headmistress, and he was just like, oh, I watched a horror movie that was a K-drama, like a Korean horror movie, and I was like, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're definitely not watching a K-drama. Although I don't know why he let us get away with that in the first place, because it was still a movie. So it's like definitely not an essay that we were supposed to be doing, but whatever. We got away with a lot. And, you know, I was kind of the favorite of the head teacher, so it's fine. Guess he wanted to be popular with the kids. It was above his pay grade, true. That's how I feel. Like when there's a sub and everyone's like, I want to listen to music, I'm like, I literally don't care. Just do what you want. I don't care. This is not my job. Otherwise, I end up teaching the class, and I don't want to do that because I'm not paid enough for that. I do miss my childhood sometimes. Just bits of it, not all of it, but like bits of it are quite nostalgic. Why aren't you saying anything? I don't know. It's funny to see you worry like this. Are you not worried? I don't know. I feel very calm for some reason. That makes one of us. Avalon, don't worry. I'm sure they'll turn out just fine. How can you be so sure? It's our child. How else could they turn out? Oh, that's cute. You still can't make idlis, though. Being outshone by one's children is an unbelievably universally desired form of sweet defeat. Oh. Hey, they're happy! My name's Pavlon, sir. I kind of wanted to look at that more. They moved it away too quickly. Pavlon, sir. Oh. Kevin! Where did you run off to? Sir, it would be my privilege to work with you. Pardon me, sir? I don't have time to play, Kevin. I have a lot of work to do. I've got my idlis. Yes, sir. I've managed to transport hundreds of units of inventory per day. Pardon me, sir? Kevin, there you are. What are you wearing? Where's your shirt? It's a cape. Take that off. Let's get you dressed. No! I like it! That was in India, sir, but... Kevin, wait there. Don't run. Oh, Kevin. Kevin, come back here. This has become a routine now. Yes, sir. Bachelor of Science in Physics, sir. Hey, yo! Hey, yo, that towel's so dirty! I know it's not supposed to be read that way, but I can't. Hey, yo, that towel is so dirty, da. Yeah, wear this shirt, Kana. No! But, sir, you can just take me on a probation period, maybe. I'm driven, self-started, and a quick learner, sir. Put this on, Kana. Hurry up now. I don't want to. Speak in Tamil, Kevin. I can't even understand what you're saying. You don't have to pay then. Until then. Please, Kana. I understand, sir. Yes, good boy. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for considering me. Good day. Oh. Hello, Mr. Bachelor of Science. What happened? They translating the speech into English? I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's kind of funny. I've actually never really heard anyone speak in Tamil. Because that's more of like on the... Ooh. Eastern side of India? I don't know. I was on like the very western, very western side of India. Like literally on like at the edge on the beach. And over there they spoke more Hindi, Marathi, Konkani, and English. And Portuguese, of course, because it's very Portuguese. But yeah, Tamil always felt like a more northern and eastern language. Same old. They didn't buy the hundreds of units of inventory story. Time for it to go. I'm gonna make a little goof. That's not entirely untrue. I helped out in a grocery store when I was 12. And you were paid in candy. Ah, well. I've only worked as a writer back home. I don't see myself getting a job for that here. Not with my English. I spent half these calls asking them to repeat themselves. I should watch cartoons with Kevin. If I can understand those shows. Maybe I can understand these people too. Oh, that's gotta be so hard. I thought that they at least understood some English, but it seems like that's more like they moved here kind of with very little English. Like, because a lot of people that do end up moving to, like, just abroad are people that have, like, studied in English medium schools or are from some of the more westernized parts of, like, India. I feel like it would be so difficult to move without understanding, like, that much English. I'm a bit surprised that they lived there so long and didn't pick up the language yet. I don't know how long they have lived there. It seems like they weren't there for that long. Although long enough to have a kid that's you know, his age. I think the older you are, the harder it is to really pick up in a language. Yeah, Kevin does look quite old. Kevin, I can understand him understanding, like, good English since he's probably gone to school here. Yay!
We can watch Batman together, Appa.
Yes, but your son is gonna forget Tamil at this rate. Did you know his friends call him Kevin?
What's wrong with that?
Speak in Tamil, da.
Well, what's wrong with that? It's only one letter that's different anyways.
Names tell stories. It's a way for people to learn about you and where you're from. You shouldn't be afraid to correct your friends. It's your name after all. Who else is gonna tell them? And Kevin means beautiful. It's a lovely name and it suits you so well.
I don't want to be beautiful. I just want to be Kevin.
Oh no. He's brighter than us, Venba. He's learned to adapt and we haven't. You know he aced yesterday's English quiz? He did? Really? Good job. We should celebrate, da, Kana. What do you want to eat? I'll make something special.
Oh, can we order pizza?
Oh no! Kevin! Speak in Tamil, Kevin.
I want pizza.
How about we make something at home? Like parota, dosa, idiyappam, ghee dosa, biryani, curry dosa. My guy's got one thing on his mind.
No, I'm tired of all of these. I said I want pizza. Extra cheese. Extra toppings.
Oh no, this is like me. I remember I was like, when I moved to India with my family, they were just like full on, like, you know, they were so excited to eat like the food that they grew up with. And then I was just like, I want chips and chicken nuggets. And we had to find like the most hard to find stores that were selling like frozen chips and frozen chicken nuggets and fish fingers and shit. And let me tell you, the canned baked beans they had there were interesting to say the least. But my dad was like, he was like, you know what? You can have your eggs and bacon and baked beans. Because that's what I grew up with when I was like a baby. So they were like, okay, we'll give you that sometimes. But now I'm so sad because of how cheap all of the really good food was there. And I was having the really expensive and bad frozen chips. Oh. I understand this kid so well. Kevin, have you ever tried putu?
No. What's that?
Well, I've only seen my mother make it before. It's a lot of fun to make. Reminds me of a rocket.
Rocket?
Yes, a lot of steam comes out when you make it. It looks just like a rocket launching.
It does?
Yes. But you know what? Let's just order pizza. No! There's no rocket, but you get a nice cardboard box. Come on, Kevin. Come on.
Will it really look like a rocket launch?
Do you want to see? She's got the touch. She knows how to handle this kid. All right, let's get started. Yeah, make it seem like his choice. That's the best way to go about it. You never make it like you're forcing the kid. You have to make it seem like they wanted whatever. That's a trick for teaching too. I haven't made this before, but Amma has a recipe on it. Hopefully it's readable.
Where's the rocket?
We need to make the flour first, duh. Yo, put those tunes on. Okay, I have no idea how to make this. Let's see, we got rice, water, blend it. Ooh. I've never blended rice before. Separate the rice from chunks. Something. This lady needs to rewrite this recipe once she figures how to do it. Okay, 500 grams of rice and water. Blend it, separate it from chunks, combine it with rice and water. Okay.
When do we get to the rocket pot?
Soon, da, be patient. Okay, we do the rice in there. Okay, just blend it without any water? Interesting. That's probably gonna make the blended thing all cracked looking, right? Okay, blended rice. Sieve it. And then put that in the water. Recipe says adding the flour to the rice is the final step. Do you think this is right? No. This is way too runny. We must have added less than 500 grams of rice. Find a way to use all of it. Way to use all of it. Oh, maybe you put it in there. Sieve it out. Then put the rest in the blender. Yeah. No wasting. And then we use all of it. This is perfect. Why does it feel like there's flour even though there was so much water? We have to mix the water and flour little by little. The final consistency should feel like slightly wet sand. All right, that wasn't too hard.
Amma, when will we get to the rocket?
Ooh, what's that? Coconut flour! Or coconut. Flour and coconut. Or we're making coconut flour. What the fuck is this? Okay, put coconut layers as far away from each other as possible. Okay, so water. Then those are gonna be 3 teaspoons of coconut. And that's 4 teaspoons of flour. 3 teaspoons of coconut, then 4 teaspoons of flour, then 3 teaspoons of coconut. And, okay. All right, this is straightforward. Assemble the pot so that water steams and cooks what's above. The tricky part is figuring out how much rice and coconut is needed.
And in what order? A coconut can crumble easily.
Okay, so we're starting with coconut, then flour. 1. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, water first. You put it in there? Or in there? Oh, it's got a thing. Okay, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. Maybe it was supposed to be 3 teaspoon, 4 teaspoon, 3 teaspoon. Maybe they count as 3 teaspoon and 4 teaspoon. That doesn't seem right at all. Okay, again. Maybe like that? It's launch time, Kevin. Did I do it right? Did I do it? I did it! I'm a genius. Complete 1 recipe without messing up. Successfully launched Putu. I did it! Even though I technically did mess up, but I figured it out before I did anything. It did look like a rocket, actually. I've never seen that before.
Wow! That was so cool!
Venba, I can't believe it didn't fall.
Amma, can we do that again?
Ooh. We're unable to offer you our secondary teacher position at this time. Aww. However, we encourage you to apply next year. Or next time. I don't know. No. Is he asleep? I think so. Gavin? Yes, he is. Good. So that interview. Another dead end? Yeah. I think I knew that before I took the call. No relevant Canadian work experience. We'll keep you on file. I don't know. I feel like I deluded us into thinking we can make it work. Well, don't worry. I'll go to the employment office again tomorrow. What? I know you don't like Suresh, but I think you should take that sales job at his company. You have no Canadian work experience, we can't hire you in Canada. I know, that just sucks. Like, how are you supposed to build up the experience then? I'm like, what's the difference either way, wherever you get the work experience? I can only get it for driving, because driving in other countries is very different. Like, being able to drive in America, for instance, is going to be very different to being able to drive in the UK. And it's the same for, like, driving in, like, India versus driving in the UK. Just like, you know what, the UK is just very special when it comes to driving. It's like, if you can drive, then you have to learn how to drive in, like, the most fucked up sort of environment, aka the UK. Then again, driving in India is also very fucked up, although there's a lot of very open spaces, and then there's, like, the most convoluted type. You know what, maybe actually England and the UK is very similar. England and the UK, India and the UK. Australia and Japan drive on the other side, right? I think so. They drive the same as in America, don't they? I don't know about Australia, but I think Japan is the same as America. I think? Is it? Or is America just different? I don't know. Because we drive on the right. You guys drive on the left, right? I don't know. I never drive, so I never really... Like, I keep forgetting what side we drive on, and then I have to remember, oh, the bus drive is always on the right side. Is my way of remembering. You drive on the right side? Where do we drive? Do we drive on the left? We sit on the right side, but we drive on the left. It's hard for me to think. I don't actually know. We really are at the end of our rope. Well, about who you know here. Ah, this is sad. I'm gonna go with it's about who you know here. And we barely know anyone. We're not in a position to pick and choose our help. I thought moving here would be a chance to start over. That even here we still have to beg people like Suresh. It's not begging. I know. I'll call him tomorrow. Thank you. But honestly, I think you're more qualified for sales than I am. I mean, the way you sold Kevin on the Putu today. You're really good with kids. Can't believe you're having a hard time teaching in school. Well, it's not like teaching back home. It makes me worry about Kevin. Why? Well, back home, I could get the class to laugh and open up. Get them in the mood to learn, you know. But it's harder here. What does that have to do with Kevin? I just feel that there's a wall between me and my class. I can't connect with them. They lead very different lives than we did. And I feel that same wall growing around Kevin. What do you mean? What if I can't connect with Kevin? Oh no! This feels like he's growing further away. It's hard to even talk to him. He speaks in English all the time, and he talks so fast. It's hard to understand him. It's like he's in a different world than us. Well, it's more than that. He doesn't eat lunch at school? No! Does she make him lunch and he doesn't eat it because it's like not the cool lunch or whatever? He brings it back every day with some excuse. I don't know if the other kids make fun of him for it, or if he's embarrassed. I don't know. I'm worried. These things bother me too. But we choose to bring him up here. We chose to bring him up here, not him. We did it because we thought he'd have a better life here. And he does. This place comes with better education and opportunities. But it also comes with its own culture and language and values. We can't pick and choose the ones we want and ask him to ignore from the others. I think it's natural that any kid wants to fit in, right? Yes, maybe. It's just scary. Don't worry, Venba. He'll turn out just fine. How are you so sure? He's our child. How else will he turn out? Oh. No, this is actually getting really sad. Those fallen from their resolve are stripped of respect, like hair fallen from the head. This was in like the 90s, so it would have been a lot more stranger, you know, to... I guess it wouldn't be that stranger to be like a foreigner in another country, but like... I'm trying to think of Canada. Would Canada be that bad? Or I know that England was definitely a place. Like my dad was always worried about me living here because of his experience here. Prejudice is a lot stronger still. Yeah, definitely. I think for a kid too, you kind of pick up in that really quickly. Like when I grew up here, I think I'd gotten through the worst part of that sort of prejudice, and also I think living in like London was also a bit nicer on that, in that a lot of people in my school we were all from like different countries. So I never really felt it. But for the older generation, like people living in the 90s and before that, I think even living in like big cities would have been very difficult. Go on, tell her.
His name is Pavilon. He's my dad. Pavillan. She says Appa is not at the office.
Does she know what time he left?
Do you know when my dad left the office?
Why is it getting all weird? Is it because is it maybe because that's when he's speaking in English? Does she at least know if he came in today?
Did you see my dad today?
Why was that? Oh, maybe, I don't know. Why was that like... Ask her if she usually leaves with anyone. Maybe we can call them. When the letters are yellow, it's in English. Oh!
Does he usually go home with someone?
He talks fast and it's harder to understand. Maybe, yeah.
She says no, Dad usually leaves alone and he's very quiet. He says all the sales staff left at 5 p.m. today. He says he must have left then too. Okay, thank you.
Like that kind of sentence might be easier to understand. Oh no, I'm worried. They were less intense. Huh. Yeah, he must have got more fluent.
Why are we walking through the park, Amma? You think Appa will be here?
I don't know, Kana. Sometimes your Appa loves to walk instead of taking the bus. If he decided to walk home from the office, it should be through here.
But the lady said that Appa left at 5. What's taking him so long? Do you think he went somewhere else first? But where would he go for this long?
I don't know, Kevin. Enough with your questions.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Kana. I'm just worried about Appa.
Why are you worried? Do you think something happened to him?
No. I'm sure he's fine. You don't have to stay quiet, Kevin. Here, you can ask me anything you want.
Anything?
Yes, and I'll answer it. But only if you can ask it in Tamil. Okay?
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Ahem. Okay.
Okay, I can do that. Why did that lady say that Appa's very quiet? He talks a lot at home.
Oh, look at you go. See, you can speak Tamil when you want to. I don't know. Maybe it's that they don't talk to him.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. He doesn't really like his job, Kevin. Maybe that's why.
He was a writer back home, right? Did he like his job then?
Oh, yes, he loved to write.
How come I never see him write at home?
Well, he always writes when something bothers him. Back home, that used to be every day. Maybe you should bug him more.
Just a sec.
How did you and Appa meet? You know I'm named after a type of poem, right?
Yes, Appa told me. A Venba is kind of like a haiku.
A private school where I was teaching was treating both staff and students terribly. No proper equipment or rooms and horrible pay, so we organized a protest. We had signs and boards and dozens of people. One day, we were told a reporter wanted to interview us. We thought this was a big break, but he was the shabbiest person I'd ever seen. He looked like he had just woken up.
Was it Appa?
Yes. Still, I answered all his questions and hoped for the best. A week later, we all read the article that came out in the magazine. But it wasn't an article.
It was a poem?
It was a Venba, a gorgeous one too. It was about the school, the students, our protest, and it was about me. Somehow people could ignore our protest, but they couldn't ignore the poem. It received a lot of attention, and as a result, so did our protest. The school was forced to change, and I was smitten. Why did you move here? It wasn't an easy choice. Haviland wanted to be with me, and I couldn't imagine being with anyone else. But a lot of people took issues with us being together, and they decided to make it our problem. It was getting really hard to deal with it, so we gambled on a fresh start here and took it.
Amma, I see Appa.
Where? Oh. Is he passed out or something? Oh no. What happened? What happened? Went better than I feared it would. I was really worried. Nothing, no matter how dear, should be sought at the expense of one's honor. 2006. Oh no, they're gotten so old. He's still wearing those glasses? Those same glasses? Oh my god. I just finished cutting up the onions too. I think you should have everything you need. Yes, thanks, Spa. I'll go help Kevin pack. Is he leaving? Ooh. What are we making? Are we making curry? Biryani gravy! I've never been able to make biryani well. My mom is really good at it though. See, I wish I had a recipe from her. I made sure to steal as many as I could before like leaving, but there's a lot of recipes that I can never do well. Although, you know what? My parents were really bad at making chapatis. They were awful. My dad used to make it with ghee, which ended up being more like parathas and chapatis. But like their family, like our extended family, had really, really tasty ones that you could have with jam. And they were really nice with like a cup of tea. But I can never make it well. This recipe is completely unreadable. Layered biryani is really fancy. Nice, okay. I've never made it that way before. Biryani is a difficult one to make because it's a lot of layering. But I've seen Amma make it the night before we left India. Maybe I can try remembering them. Ooh. If it wasn't for the wonderful Elam Tamil community here in Toronto, I can't even imagine getting all these spices easily or affordably 20 years ago. Tamil shops, restaurants, theaters. And I hear they're even offering Tamil courses for students now. They've worked so hard to create this little home away from home. I wish I could do more here. Maybe I'll apply if there's any Tamil teacher jobs. There's a logic to the order you add these 4 ingredients in. I'm pretty sure it's all as onions first. Then chilies like burn easily, so you never put those first. It's onions, I don't know what that is. If it's garlic, then it's garlic, onions, garlic, then chopped tomatoes, and then chilies. You want all of them to fry in the oil nicely, but the ingredients you add first will always fry more in the oil than the one you add next. So if I want onions to turn golden brown, they need to be fried the most, exactly. Remember, once you add tomatoes, they release so much water it's hard for anything else to fry after, so you put the tomatoes before the chilies. Okay. What about this? Beef goes in after we add all... Oh, she's already marinated it. After we add all the salt and powders, that order is most important. We add water and let it reduce. How am I going to remember all of this? Don't worry. I've added all these instructions to the recipe book I gave you. The recipe book that is completely illegible right now. Add these first. Add all the spices first. These ingredients sound so expensive. Amma, why are you going through all this trouble? It's okay, Dee. It's a big thing to leave to another country. I don't know when I'll be able to cook for you again. I'll just start talking to her mother. Okay, so first... I swear before you add the oil and everything, you're supposed to roast the spices in like a bare pan. Then remove them? Okay, we put our... I don't know if I've done this right. Ah! Never get tired of great toasted whole spice smell. I wish you could see how much these cost here. You would lose your mind over these prices. Ginger garlic paste. Okay, that definitely goes with these. That is going last. You went through a lot of trouble for the recipe book, Amma. I'm sorry I couldn't take better care of it, but I'm fixing these now, and I hope Kavin can appreciate it when he cooks these. She is remaking the recipe book. If he ever does. He will! Then you add all of these, and then we add the meat. And then we add some water and wait for it to reduce. I do it right? Oh god. Oh, salt. I remember doing it this way. Fuck. No! Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, the beef goes in after. Oh, I forgot to put the salt. Oh, shit. Okay. Powders and then salt. I just kind of add salt whenever I want. There we go. Then the water. There we go. Okay, I was very close. I was very close. I almost thought I got it without flubbing it up. Ah, this smells divine. I think we just need to let it simmer for 30 minutes and then we can start the layering. Gravy is done. All that's left is the biryani. I hope I can finish it before Kevin leaves. You gotta. Oh, that looks good. See, I've never I've never done all of this when making a biryani. I just like throw them all together and I've never made it well. Wow, that's useful. I think the idea is to put everything in the pot, seal tightly, and let it simmer together. 1, 2, 3 might refer to the different layers of gravy, rice, and other things. Cashew nuts! I don't know what those are, though. I've seen them in biryani, but I don't actually know what they are. In what order? Is that... That looks like yogurt? Maybe I can try and remember. You just add all these together on top of the rice layer. And that's the final layer? Yes. What's wrong, Amma? Oh, Amma, why are you crying? You know we'll visit often. Once things are better, we'll come back here. This is our home. Where else will we go? I know, Kana. It's just so far away. Oh no. I don't think they ended up going back. What? Saffron milk. That is expensive. I don't think that's the right sequence. Fuck. No? I'm so sure. Okay, I'm trying. Cilantro? It's so weird to hear it called cilantro. Oh, that's what's gonna be at the top. That's usually mixed in. Oh. What do you call it if not cilantro? I just call it coriander. It's funny though, because we've only ever called it coriander in India too. I don't think anyone ever uses the word cilantro. Okay. Types of biryanis. Let's learn some types. I had no idea those two were the same things. Actually, it's interesting because coriander only refers to the... I think it only refers to the seed or the stem or something, and cilantro refers specifically to the leaves of a coriander plant. But in England and in, I think, a lot of other countries, they typically just refer to it as coriander plant and coriander leaves and coriander seeds separately. But no one ever uses the word cilantro, even though cilantro is like, I think, the scientific word or something. Something like that. Biryanis are so fun to make and can be made in so many different ways. Every state in India has its own biryani, and they all swear it's the best. That's true. Amma always loved the Hyderabadi biryani, and I'm making it today. I don't know. I don't know. I'm lost. Help me. Maybe it should look like that. So the onions, mint, the ghee. The ghee doesn't go at the top though. On top of the rice layer. Ah! What? One, two, 1, 2, 3. So one must be rice, rice something, and then Everything else? Doesn't let me do that twice. What does it look like isn't in here? I think the coriander isn't in here, but I can see little bits of it. Maybe the coriander goes in the middle. No? I can see the saffron milk. I can see the ghee at the top. I can see the onions and the mint. More stuff goes in the middle. That's what I was thinking, but these definitely go at the top. Maybe like that. Oh, now I can't put the ghee. Wait. Actually, the most confusing recipe. This is hard. I could use a hint. I should scoop out a layer of beef using the empty bowl. Then one layer of rice. Then add the... Oh my god. I didn't even think of that. That's right. I would have never gotten that. Oh my god. I'm glad I didn't try and like bash my head against this. I think this is it. I really want biryani now. This sucks. Oh my god. I did make pulao actually. So I made a roast dinner, right? With chicken and everything. But last night I made pulao. Without any cardamom, so it's not exactly a proper pulao. But it still tastes good. And I can have the chicken with the pulao. And it'll taste a bit like a biryani, except without the gravy. Because it has everything else in it, except for cashew nuts. And I didn't put ghee in it. Although I do have a bunch of ghee. Do you want to hear a funny ghee story of mine? So... back in my old house, we had this, we still have it. So we had this giant tub of ghee and it's like in a metal container and the top of it is like kind of jaggedly cut, right? So there was this one time when I was making food and I was closing it and my hand slipped and it caught on the top of it and it like super cut, right? And I was like, oh, that's a really bad cut. And I washed my hands on the warm water because I wasn't thinking. And that was the first time I ever fainted. So my sister just happened to be walking around the kitchen and then I just like literally was like, hey, I think I need a plaster or something. And I was very casual about it. And then I just like, according to her, I fell back and hit my head against the edge of the door and then started like full on spasming out, like my body just went into shock. And I was like, and I remember just waking up on the floor being like, oh, that was weird, what happened? And she was like, you fainted! Yeah, I literally had a dead like me moment, for real. Yeah, she was like, I thought you were dead, oh my god! She like caught me just before my head fell onto the floor, but she didn't catch me when I hit the door frame. But for her, it's just like, oh my god, a demon has possessed me. We still have that ghee jar to this day. And it's huge, it's massive. It's so big, like we were like, oh, we should probably throw that out because it's so dangerous. But it's really expensive. It costs like 25 pounds or something because it's a lot of ghee. And ghee is really, it's quite expensive in and of itself. But ghee's really good. I recommend it. Don't recommend cutting yourself on the edge of a metal can though. Anyway, that was my dead like me story. It wasn't my time yet, so I guess I'm still alive. Or maybe I got a reaper that just didn't want me to die. I don't know, maybe they fell in love at first sight. I just need to keep the flame very low and let it all cook together. The rice will fully absorb and all the moisture from the gravy, deeply flavoring it. I should make this sometime. Also, hello, Satin. Is ghee like butter? Yes. Ghee is like butter or lard. And you can usually cook like... People usually cook flatbreads and stuff in it. People also put it in curries and stuff to thicken it or give it a bit of a buttery flavor. It does taste very different from butter though. Like, for instance, in butter chicken, you usually do put butter, not ghee. But ghee has this really overpoweringly greasy taste. Don't let that put you off. It tastes really good in like chapatis and flatbreads and like all of those stuff. That's why we usually cook flatbreads in ghee and it tastes really nice. It has this really nice flavoring to it. But if you mix it in curry, then it can make it taste really greasy. So like back when I didn't have any butter when I last made butter chicken. And I really wanted to have that kind of buttery flavor. So I put a bunch of ghee in it and it made the butter chicken taste really greasy and kind of gross. But, you know, be careful about your ghee usage. Apparently I'm trying it tonight. Ooh! I hope you, what are you having it with? What, you said you were getting Indian food. What type of food have you ordered or getting? I think you can never go wrong with curries, any sort of curry. But the fun thing about Indian food is that like, it's a mix and mash, right? Like you get loads of different curries and dals and toppings and whatever, and you mix them together. Like, something that I really liked doing was in school, they sold this thali dish, which is like, it's like a metal plate full of different holes and you put a bunch of different types of foods on it and you can mix and mash it. And like in class, we could take our food back to class and we do that and we just like mix and mash all of our lunches together in it. And it was so much fun. It was a good way of trying a lot of different food. Bhaji pakora, lamb karahi, Lahori keema naan, royal kebab biryani. Oh, and ras malai! Hey! Well, actually no. I was gonna say, I love Indian sweets. My sister loves Indian sweets. I find a lot of them very, very sweet. But I really like the dry ones. Ras malai is really good though. Pakoras are also really good. They're really good snacks to go with like a really, really greasy type of curry. So it's not too overwhelming. Karahi is also just really good. That's a good solid choice for a curry. I have a massive sweet tooth, so I like to try stuff. Yeah, I super recommend Indian sweets and if you have a sweet tooth because they're very, very sweet. I have an anti-sweet tooth. So for me, Indian sweets can be a lot, but sometimes some of them just hit really well. The dry ones are my favorite. Should be good now. Ah, I want to eat this. It looks amazing. Successfully make the biryani family beef. can't believe he still has his glasses. How is it? Oh, so good. Beef really is the best. She meant him. It's for Kevin. I like how his hands are just already in it. Why is the dad eating with his hands?
That's how you eat rice, Black Blue. That's the proper way to eat. That's how you really get in there.
A lot of curries actually are meant to be eaten with your hands. That's why a lot of curries are eaten with flatbreads, because you're supposed to like scoop them up and dig your hands in. Sticky rice? No, just like normal rice, like basmati. Long grain rice, I guess you call it. I thought they were too wet for that. No. That's why a lot of curries tend to just be like thick curries, like Buna and butter chicken are usually they're usually like they go with rice. And thinner curries, like fish curries and all of that, people usually have with like breads and all of that, or flatbreads, because it's easier to scoop all of them together. I usually use a spoon to scoop it into naan. Ah, well, you're not doing it the right way then, not the authentic way. I say, but I'm also, I like to eat like at my desk. And I'm also just too lazy to worry about like washing my hands after, so I also just use the spoon. Actually, no, my sister found a strat where we have like these gloves, like disposable gloves, like surgical gloves. We eat them with those. Just need a girl boss gaslight to complete her daily to-do list. I'm gatekeeping. Hey. Are forks and knives not common in a lot of countries? They are. I think it's more just easier to eat some foods with your hands. And I think it's also just kind of it's a more common practice to eat with your hands, because forks and knives were something that was brought in from Western cultures. Like, I think during like the British colonization and Portuguese colonization, they were the ones that brought in forks and knives. But in India, like it is more just culturally correct to eat without them. Not that you don't eat anything with a fork and knife, but I think typical foods are more, you'll find more people just eating them with their hands. Do you eat watermelon slice piecings with a fork or a knife or in your hands? One of those things. What, like as an example? If you're really fancy, you eat them on a stick. Yeah, I don't know. Because I'm one of the with salt. I'm like a mixed generation person, so in my household, we definitely, at least for Indian foods, like we did kind of a mix. I think my mom was she was more of a deep in culture type person, so she was also about preserving her own culture. So she used to eat lots of food with her hands. My dad, so his family is technically, it's a mix of like from Kenya and from India and also England. He liked to pretend to take in the culture, and he'd like, you know, do a big show of eating with his hands all the time. But then he found it more convenient to eat with a knife and fork. And my sister was just like very neat freaky, so she'd eat everything with a knife and fork. She would never use, like, even burgers and pizza she eats with a knife and fork. I was a very hands-on person. I like eating things with my hands. Nowadays, now that I'm older, I think I'm a lot more against getting messy, just because it's less convenient, but I still eat things with my hands. Like, I'll still occasionally eat rice with my hands, or even breakfast. I like to like scoop up like a full English. I like to scoop that up with bread. I'm a tea dipper, so that's controversial in and of itself. It's not an English thing. People are like, "Oh my god, you dip your bread in tea?" Yeah, whatever. So it tastes good. Shut up. Now that I think about it, I guess that was kind of a practice because of my household being very a mix of hands and utensils and dipping things. Maybe that's where I got that from. Because I've always had a full English. I've always eaten it with my hands. You dip Madeleines in tea? Madeleines? Is that like a biscuit? Madeline. Oh yeah, there's the biscuits. Yeah, I dip biscuits in tea all the time. But I also dip like breads and just anything I can. I think dipping biscuits in tea is a cultural thing in England because like rich tea biscuits are they were biscuits made to make tea taste tastier basically. Like tea used to have no flavor and I think sugar was really expensive, something like that. And so people would make special biscuits called rich tea biscuits to make tea taste have more flavor. And now you can actually get teas that are flavored like tea biscuits or malted biscuits, which is kind of funny. I actually do like those teas. They're quite nice. They're called malted biscuit tea. I want to try a Laos chili paste with short grain rice, eating it like a dip. Oh my god. Bread and pastries always taste best when they're soaked in something. I agree. Have you had a croissant? Oh my god. Have you had like a buttered croissant dipped in tea or coffee? Honestly, try it. It is so good. That's my cocoa tip of the day.
It's really good, Amma.
I'm glad. I won't get many chances to cook for you like this again.
Oh, Amma. Stop being so dramatic. I'm just moving out for university.
Yes, Kana, but we'll miss you. Have you packed everything? It's a long drive. We might have to get gas on the way. Get gas on the way. Oh, as it turns out, no, don't say that you're gonna go with your friends. No! My friends are driving there today after all, so I'll be going with them. Oh. This way, you and Appa won't have to drive all day. We wanted to see the university. I thought it'd be nice to see all the classrooms and buildings. You can give us a tour. It's not a hassle at all for us to drive you. We'd love to. It's just more convenient. There's nothing really to tour. Just a bunch of great buildings. Okay, Kana, sure. Did I even get any meat pieces? Oh, maybe we can drive there next week. Drop off some food. Oh, I almost forgot. Will your friend's car have enough space for some containers? I don't know why. I packed a lot more of the biryani. I've also packed some potis and pickles and sweets. Pickles! See? Oh my god, are we gonna see how to make different pickles? Because I can finally show off pickles. Did she give all the pieces to Kevin? Mama, I can't take that in the car. Why not? I've packed for your friends too. You can all eat. Amma, they don't want biryani. And the whole car will smell. I don't want them in my dorm either. You don't want any of it? Kevin, I put a lot of effort into making all of it this week. I didn't ask you to. Why are you getting mad? Yeah, as if a college kid would ever refuse food. Kevin, your friends will love it, trust me. Oh my god. I know you didn't ask. But what will you even eat there? I don't know. There's cafeterias and instant noodles and whatever. I'll figure it out. Oh my god, Coven, you're gonna regret this so much. Can't believe she gave him all the pieces. Uppa, please. I'm just eating Cusca here. That's not healthy, Kevin. You can't eat out every day. Literally everyone there will be doing that. I'm just trying to be helpful. Well, you're not. Why don't you just take some of it? You don't have to eat it. I said no, Amma. I'm done with this. This is a fresh start for me. I want to smell like Little India anymore. I just want to be normal. For once. Kana, the language you speak, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. Only you should decide that, Coven. You don't have to change who you are for us. Just be sure you're not changing who you are for anyone else either. There's a wonderful and beautiful culture that's a part of you. It would be a shame if you chose not to be a part of it, just because you think it's not normal. Then why did we even move here? We should have just stayed in India. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. It's just... There's no need to create a fuss over any of this. It's not like you're never gonna see me again. I'll visit often, okay? Okay. And I'll call every week too. So please try not to worry. Okay? Okay. Aww. Is that them? Yes, I think so. Who's that girl? I've never seen her before. Smart kid. That's why he didn't want us to drive him. Chip off the old block. Bruh. There he goes. I suppose it's good that he's so independent. And it makes his own choices. Even if they are so incorrect. Our choices were mostly made for us already. Whatever he chooses, at least it'll be his own decision. We just have to wait patiently for him to come back to us. Until then, it's just the two of us again, huh? Just like old times. Unable to offer a secondary teacher position. We encourage you to apply next year. Oh, not again. Oh, did Coven reach the university? Did he text or call yet? No. But we told him to text or call when he gets there, right? Yes. Well, maybe he hasn't got... Oh, he has. I kept waiting and got worried, so finally I called him. He said he forgot to inform us and hurried to hang up. Oh, well, it's a big day after all. I'm sure he has a lot going on out there. Oh, sure. Let your son do as he likes. I'm not gonna bother anymore. He doesn't want to eat what we make. He doesn't want to speak in Tamil. He doesn't even want to name the name we gave him. I'm done chasing after him. Oh. Yeah, you're right. Oh, wait. He forgot his headphones in his room. I was gonna bring it to him sometime next week. But maybe we should just let him pick it up whenever he's here. Oh, he did? Of course not, Pavlan. We should help if we can. He uses those headphones all the time. It'll be hard for him without that. What? Oh. You made that up. Oh! He tried to act like she didn't care, bruh. Is there anything more fleeting than your anger towards Coven? That's what being a parent is, I suppose. When Coven said he wants to pursue writing, I was so happy. Finally, something we have in common. I wanted to show him all the works that inspired me, and all the poems and stories that I love. And the ones you wrote, too. All the stories you read to him as a child were just ones you wrote on the spot. Yeah, but I doubt he even remembers that. That's what my dad used to do. He'd come up with different stories every night, but they were all the same story. But he'd come up with like slightly different variations in it. And they were all stories about like being yourself or something, and then you'll get a bunch of friends or something like that. It was like the lone fish, and no one ever liked the fish, and the fish was like really sad. And then one day the fish went out and did something, and then they had loads of friends. I don't know, it was all the same story. But it was like, and then there was a bear, and they went out into the woods all alone, and then they met this other bear, and then they saved them, and then the bear lived happily ever after, and it made loads of friends. Sounds like alteration of Rudolph. Yes, it was basically Rudolph. It was like exactly Rudolph, but like with different animal creatures. And I was like, oh my god, it's a new story. Like, I was so excited, but it was always the same story. I think it's just kind of nice having someone read to you at night. I think that was probably it. Like, it didn't even matter what the story was. It was kind of just familiar and comforting. I don't even know if he can read Tamil literature, much less understand it. I used to wonder why he wanted to turn his back on all the unique and special things his roots have to offer. Just speaking from my own experience, I guess it's more just like, you don't want to be the stereotype. You don't want to be different from everyone else. And there's a lot of like, I think with India in particular, there's a lot of like negative connotations attached to the country. Like, people look at it as very like unappealing and like less than. You want to reach normal. Yeah, I think especially for like a teenager. I remember like when I was a teenager, when I was like a kid, it was like way before I was a teen. But that movie like Slumdog Millionaire came out, and I remember my parents were like so worried. They were like, "Oh no, another thing to be made fun of." Because that movie got so big, and they were like, "Oh god, this is what everyone's going to see India as, and anyone that is Indian is going to be like this movie, right?" It's like, we're all just from the slums, that kind of thing, that kind of idea. And no one's going to see India as just like, you know, because India it's not just like slums. It's like every other country, you know. You've got like the countryside, which is beautiful. You've got like cities, which some are beautiful, some are really, really something. Looking at you, Mumbai. Honestly, the Spider-Verse depiction of India is, even though it's not even India, but it's like fake India, that's actually one of my favorite depictions of it, because it's very realistic, both in how ugly the city can be, or the place can be, and also how vibrant and like incredible it can be. But people just know what they see on TV, right? And a lot of depictions of India can be just the ugly side. Normal doesn't exist, not even in the middle class. Yeah, I know. I think because, like, there's also this idea that when you see, like, Western media, like, you know, Western high schools and everything, they always present American and just British and just other kinds of Western life as being really prim and pretty and polished and everything, right? Like, a lot of British shows kind of show the more uglier side, but if I'm thinking of like sitcoms and American TV, everything always looks really pretty. Like, even a quote-unquote poor household, they have big rooms and, you know, really nice looking houses, even when they're supposed to be poor. And if you live in a different country, you kind of just picture everyone living like that. And it's like, obviously, if you actually live in like American England, you're like, oh, everywhere can look shit. Like, it's not all polished, pretty, beautiful big houses. Whenever I think of high school settings, I always think of more ghetto areas, but that's just maybe the kind of areas I grew up in. Well, see, that's interesting, because like where I went to school was in It was in East London, and East London is like, it's not a pretty place. I mean, it's fine, but it's the school I went to was literally in a gang zone. It was a nice school in the end, but it was in like the most like, you could probably get mugged and shanked in the alleyway if you're not careful kind of place. And it's just kind of funny to see that depiction of school as like this really pretty kind of environment when schools are actually kind of more like that, right? My mom was proud of the fact that she can make our living space look good. We did have outdoor space though, so that was something we were proud of. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I think that's kind of the important thing of where you live, right? It's like a lot of places you can live in can be in really dingy areas and not in even dingy houses. But it's kind of how you put it together that makes it a home, right? Like the house I lived in before moving here was a lot bigger and it had a garden and everything, but we didn't know how to decorate. Like, me and my sister are awful at interior designs, and we never felt like it was our home. So it was huge, and it had enough space to put like, you know, pretty decorations and furniture and everything, but we just never knew how to do it, and it never looked good, and it never felt homely. Well, as like where I live right now feels a lot more like home. Like, it still feels very model apartment, but like my room, for instance, is like I designed it how I wanted it to. And it makes me think of like my childhood home versus the home we lived in when my dad like took us to India. Because the place we lived in India was like fully built from scratch. Like, he designed it, he got an architect and everything. And it was a beautiful house. It was massive and looked incredible and whatever. But it was empty. It was completely empty. Like, all of the furniture we put in was new and stuff that we, like, you know, literally from scratch, right? And the house we lived in back in England it was an old house. It was a very old house. But it felt so homely, and it was like, it looked really good because of how like comfy it just felt. Like, everything was squished together and it was like comfy and homely, and you know, that's what I think of when I think of like my childhood house. And the beautiful big house that we moved into later on was just constantly empty. My dad did not know how to decorate. It was awful. My room felt like my room though, because it was ugly. I did not know how to decorate either. I just had like I didn't even have any shelves because I didn't want to build any. So I had this old shelf from our old house just kind of shoved in a corner, and like the paint was falling off and everything. But it was like a shelf from my old room. So I had to put that in my new room. And that was one of the most comfiest parts of my room. I still have all of my old books in there. Oh. I had like a DVD rack on it that I built when I was like 5. Man. That's me right now. I need to actually paint my current room. I want to paint my room. My old room was completely painted, like all of the colors were chosen by me, and it was just bright orange. The walls were orange, the curtains were orange, the bed covers were orange. It would have been a nightmare for someone that hates orange, but I loved it. And the room I'm in right now, I've made my desk incredibly plush and nice, and my bedding and everything, but I can't change the wall colors because it's a rental and I hate it. But if I had a choice, the ugly gray curtains and the ugly white creamy grayish wall, they'd all be orange and it'd be great. Orange or green, I don't know. Carpet would also be a nice color, maybe green, I don't know. Rental suffering, I know. I want to like, this is why I want my own house. I want my own house so I can just completely make it mine. I just want to hang up pictures all over the place. I have so many prints. Oh my god. I ordered some more prints a while back, and they're finally coming. And I'm very excited. Although again, I can't really display them because I can't hang up frames. But when I can, I'm gonna put frames everywhere and it's gonna be great. I have a front deal window, so orange will probably burn your eyes in the morning. Well, that's the thing! My room had like a giant front window and like the sun would rise facing my window, and it was the best feeling every morning to have the sun hit the orange curtains and just make my room completely orange. There are ways to hang up paintings without making holes in the wall. Yeah, there's what's it called? Command tape, I think. I do have command tape, but the frames that I've gotten are so, yeah, command strips or contact strips. Yeah. The frames I've gotten are too thin that the command strips don't really, you can't stick them on it. But that's a problem for me to get different frames. It's really hard to find frames. Frames are so expensive. They're either really expensive or they're not the right size. I don't know. I think I need to just go to like one of those antique shops or like thrifting stores and find like the best frames for me. Because I think secondhand frames are the go-to for getting something cheap and also good quality. Yeah, there's like always frames in secondhand stores. I'll do that. I'll do that next time. Okay. After that night in the park. Oh. Maybe he's thinking it's better not to be unique or stand out in any way. Yeah, it's like easier to say, you know, embrace your culture now, even though it's not perfect right now, but comparatively it is way, way better. Doing it back then is not the right move. You'd want to blend in as much as you can. Just from what my dad used to say. Your fruit's here. Ooh! Just in time. I don't think we can blame him for that. I guess it wasn't the best decision to move. I don't get to write here. You don't get to teach here. It's hard for Coven to be able to be who he really wants to be here. Maybe you should have stayed. If you're gonna suggest I would be better off not moving here with you. My anger is gonna be anything but fleeting. But come on. I know how much you miss home. Wouldn't you be happier back there? If I felt like I didn't have anyone, then yeah, maybe I'd be happier there. But I have Coven, and I have you. Home is where you two are. Aww. This is not what I expected the game to be. I really just thought it was gonna be making food. Longing for those who have forsaken you diminishes the beauty of your soul. Oh my god. He still has those glasses. He's not dead, is he? Oh my god, please don't be dead.
Rotate? Ooh, what am I making?
I'm not picking it out with my hands. I like to think I'm just grabbing it with my hands. Food!
Ah! No!
Oh, fuck. Okay. I thought like it was burning, but it's fine. I swear to God, if he paused, I will be... Hey! Wait a minute! Are those like the... Hmm. Are those like the hard things? I don't know the name of it. What's this? Oh, I thought it was waiting. Oops. Not the order I did it in. That's not the order I put it in. Looks like takoyaki. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Those look like fried sanas, or maybe pakoras. Or budgie. Fried fish! You know what's a really tasty and easy to make food? Fried mackerel with masala. Masala! That's another thing that I get really sad about. Fish is so expensive here. He's cooking a meal for her and someone. Yeah, definitely. This is not something you just make for yourself. What's this? Oh, pepper? Cloves? Really? SG? What's SG? Yeah, it's very Coven coming home. But I hope, like, it's not just her. Huh. Coconut! Yeah, this is the I'm really concerned section. Maybe Coven has a family? Ooh, maybe. Oh, yes! It is a good thing you got some food because, oh my god. It does remind me of like how big portions of food is such a thing in different cultures. It's like, I remember whenever I went to my friend's house, I'd always be like, oh, you know, they'd always be like, oh, I have some food. And I'd be like, okay. And they'd give me like literally 5 pots of rice on my plate. And I'd be like, oh no. I just meant a little bit, but okay. They just serve an entire platter like this. And I'd be like, okay. Cocolamoco? Make the dinner spread. Don't tell me they didn't come. What? Oh no. Oh no. I'll cook your favorite mutton. Thank you so much. I have lots of plans today, but I think I can stop by for a bit later tonight. Super. Sorry, Amma, something came up last minute and I can't make it tonight. Rude! That's so sad. No! He is a lot older, yeah. He looks like he's an adult. No. He looks like she actually is alone. Oh no. I don't like this game anymore. No, he's really gone. Has been accepted. What? Without one's dignity, one becomes a puppet to many something. Can't read that fast. Bachelor of Arts. That's the sun, isn't it? Oven. Chris Kendall. Yo, that's hype! That's the vibe I was looking for. Just so you know, that's not usually hung inside the house. Can I scroll up? Fuck. My dad just liked to hang it inside. Yeah, that's fine. I just needed something unique and interesting here. By the way, for the school lunch scene. Is he giving it away? I was thinking it'd be cool if it was like super diverse table of kids and they all shared food from their different cultures. What do you think Priya's lunch should be? Chicken tikka? Oh, are they making a game or a film or something? I see Vindaloo maybe? Chicken tikka? That's not even Indian! Well, Priya's Tamil, so maybe none of these. What if we show her eating nothing? What? What if she just doesn't eat? Like, I would bring back my lunch a lot. Lol. Tikka masala isn't India. Oh, that's real! Tikka masala is a British creation. It's not Indian food. It's like an Indian, like a British interpretation of Indian curries. If you actually went to India, you wouldn't find it. Not that I don't like tikkas. I actually do like chicken tikka. But it's not my go-to. I bring back my lunch a lot, lol. I was too embarrassed to eat it at school. Maybe we can touch upon that. He's gonna be like, it's a bit... I just kind of wanted to show her eating curry, like... That might not fit the tone of the show. Yeah, he's like, they just want to see people eating curry, like... It's just a fun scene that celebrates different cultures and cuisines that really represents Toronto. You must have a favorite dish your mom made or something, right? Just feels weird for me to write a scene where she isn't even a bit apprehensive about the lunch. I was terrified to even open the lid. I get we're celebrating it, but a scene like this would make me feel like it. Oh. Yeah, I'll check my mother's recipe book. Man. Sensitivity rep right here. Oh, fuck, I didn't read that. I hit my mouse. I didn't even click, I just hit it. I can't believe Amma didn't take the recipe with her when she left to India. Whoa, it looks like she fixed a lot of these recipes. I can't read Tamil very well, but let's see. Oh, this is how it looks like for him. Oh, idlis. This is puttu. Oh, I remember making this with Amma and Appa. That was fun. Biryani, of course, Appa's favorite. Natu kozi kulambu. That's like chicken soup, I think. You made this for me one time when I was really ill. This is the only thing I could eat without throwing up. I must have been around 5 then. This is what I have to do for my mom's recipes. Do it! Do it before you, like, forget the recipes. I still remember the taste and the smell, and the day she made it. There was a phone call from India. The cooker was whistling, and Amma fed it to me, but I think she was upset about something. I wonder what it was. Anyway, if I'm gonna feature this recipe in the show, I better cook it once at least. Oh, how helpful. She's drawn cute pictures of the ingredients needed. Hey, I did that in my recipe book. I'll go pick those up first, and then I can start putting it together. One of the teachers that works at my school was talking to me about about this book that he'd gotten from his grandmother. And it was like just a book of inspirational quotes. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. Because he was like, he just thought that these would be kind of cool stuff to show the kids about like nice quotes to get by. And then he mentioned that his sister got a book from her that was like a recipe book. But it was full of like annotations by his grandmother about like corrections and stuff and like, alterations to it. And it's like, that is such an amazing gift. Honestly, I didn't want to say it to him, but I was like, oh my god, you got cheated out of a good gift. Like, I can see who the favorite grandchild was. But that is honestly one of the best presents you can give someone, like a recipe book, but full of annotations and alterations on how to make it taste really good. Because I never really follow recipe books. I follow them like once, and then I start changing everything about it. Oh god. Okay. Put them in the sieve. Whatever's remaining you put back. I don't know, I think. Maybe he didn't like to cook? Maybe. I don't know. He seems like the kind of person that likes to cook. Can't really read this, but thankfully there's a diagram. It looks like I have to mix the tamarind with the water to extract its essence multiple times. Oh, so you keep putting it back and back. Okay. It changed color. I could add more water directly to this bowl, but that might dilute the extracted water. I need to find a way to separate the extract water with the tamarind. Not changing color anymore. I think I've gotten everything I can from the tamarind. Let me add it to the other bowl and see. That's as much as I'm gonna get, I think. I hope this means the tamarind water is ready. On to the next thing. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of stuff. I wish someone could kind of just set out all the spices and stuff I needed for a recipe while I'm cooking. Like, that would make cooking so much easier. I feel like the most annoying part of cooking is, like, getting all the ingredients ready and set out nice and neatly. Okay, do this and this and this and this. Okay, got it. Well, no diagrams in this one. My Tamil isn't the most fluent, so I might not be able to translate this fully. Maybe I can do it step by step? That question mark? I think I can make out a few of these words. Toast both of the grains first. Okay. Nice. I just have to figure out the missing parts. We can go step by step, although I don't really see any grains. Did I mistranslate something? Grains. Salt? Shallots. Were both the ingredients I added grains? I don't know, but I usually put onions in first. Ah, never mind. I think you usually put your spices like seeds and then chilies. Never mind. Seeds and salt. Never mind. Human. And these seeds, not grains. You hate cooking the meat? Really? I feel like cooking meat can be quite fun. As long as I don't have to handle it, because I feel like making the marinade for a meat can be really annoying because you have to like get in the meat and it gets all gross. I can't count the number of times I've woken up to the sound though. How is it already smelling so good? Oh, I can read this part easily. Add red leaves and green chilies. I think it's curry leaves and red chilies. Must have my words for red and green switched around. You hate having uncooked food in front of me. That is the funniest thing I've read. Like, oh, the thing I hate most about cooking is just how uncooked everything is. Like, I wish it were just cooked, you know? That would make cooking so much better. Add minced and crushed shallots and garlic. There we go. This smells so good. So usually around this time, Amma has me waving. Oh, he's not put any music on. This guy's boring. Amma has me waving all the steam from the smoke detector. What gives out water? Add something that creates water and then add water itself. Tomatoes. Oh, tomatoes. See, that's something you know just from making lots of curry. Frying it seems to release a lot of water. It's true. That's why you always add it like once you're done frying everything, which they did actually mention. Then add water itself. That's what the tamarind water is for. I've never put in water that had flavoring in itself before. No idea what this says, but only 2 ingredients left. So I guess we just add whatever's left. It's lucky he actually had like an ingredients list beforehand. It smells really taking me back. Amma was upset because of the phone call she got from home.
Mm.
I think I remember now. Was it like her mom dying or something? I'm sorry, Appa. I'm sorry I'm not there. I know. I thought she was getting better. It's almost the end of the month, so I should be able to send you more money soon. No, it's okay. Let me at least be able to be of use this way. No. Can't read this part either, but there's not much to this. Just put everything in and cook it, I guess. Okay, wait. He slacked on his Tamil studies than I expected. This is what's gonna happen to Ollie and his Portuguese. Doesn't he still live in Portugal? Oh, he would be so upset if you said that. I meant Brazilian Portuguese. He does, but in Brazil, not Portugal. But he says he speaks English so much that a lot of people are like, you don't like you've got a weird accent in Brazil. Well, they do speak Portuguese there, so I should have specified Brazilian Portuguese because Brazilian Portuguese also isn't actually Portuguese. So that was incorrect on my part. I should keep going. Cooker weight. Oh, that looks good. That looks fantastic. Chicken stock always has a golden color, but the turmeric is making it look extra nice. Should we even feature this in the show? Some corporation's gonna start selling an overpriced turmeric chicken stock after watching this. Last step. We just have to mix these together, I suppose. Rasam is usually water, but here it's fresh chicken stock instead. That's really cool. Wow. I wonder how Chris will describe this to the team. Exotic take on chicken soup made from a variety of spices and aromatics. Gross. I'm sorry, that's just... Oh, that looks great, Amma. A lot easier than I thought. Let's see if it tastes anything like that day. Taking stock. Successfully finished cooking chicken rasam. Oh my god, he just had a ratatouille moment.
Amma, why are you sad?
It's nothing.
Did I do something wrong?
Hmm? Oh no, Kana. Not at all. I heard from home. Your grandmother. Amma loves her a lot. But sometimes people have to leave and go far away. And Amma will just miss her.
Why is she leaving?
It's natural, Kevin. Everyone leaves someday.
Us too?
It'll happen to everyone.
I won't leave you, Amma. Or Appa.
Oh, no. Humble porridge can taste sweeter than nectar when fed by the little hands of one's child. Oh, she's teaching! I wonder who made the soundtrack for this. Oh, she's in Chennai. I think, maybe. He's wearing his dad's closet. Stop! And they're playing music. Oh. Yeah, I told you I'm terrible at this. It's easy, Kevin. Listen. It's all about the temperature control with dosa. First, pour water on the stone to reduce the heat. Next, set the fire to the low setting. Pour the batter, And since the stone isn't hot, you can spread the batter easily. Add oil around the edges and turn up the heat. This will fry the batter and make it easy to flip once the edges are brown. Then it's done. Easy, right? Yeah, for you. Another disaster. Another disaster coming up. Shut up, Kevin. About dosas. The batter for this is very similar to idli batter, right? Yes and no. They are both made from rice and fermented lentils, but the consistency and the way it is prepared is different. If you have leftover idli batter, you can always add some water to convert it into a quick dosa batter. Oh, that's convenient. Okay, oil, okay, oil. Never mind, not oil. Water. Did I spread the batter wrong? You spread the batter fine, Kevin, but you forgot to do some things before the spreading. I think I know what I did wrong. Let me try. Oh, turn it low, turn it low. I've got to turn it low. Ah! I know what to do. I know what to do. Okay. I always forget to do that. I've started doing that with like pancakes and stuff. There we go. And put that at the edges. Make sure the edges are getting cooked, and then you can flip everything. Oh, fuck. I thought I did everything right. Well, almost. Let's see. Okay, again. Oh, fuck! I didn't turn it low! No! Don't look at this, mother. I'll get this right. I'm gonna burn this house down. I'm gonna use up all the batter in Chennai. Okay, then turn it up. Put the oil around. Yeah, there we go. And now you can see the back of it is all brown. Yeah! Hell yeah. Oh my god. Look at that! Whoa! I did it! Good job. You ready to try something harder? No. Are you ready to try uthapam? I don't even know what that is. The dosa will be a bit thicker this time, so we can lay all the vegetables. Oh, this is like the pizza one, right? With all the toppings. Yes. Not really. The pizza one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, fuck! I didn't turn it low! No! Oh, what happened? I feel like I insta-skipped it. What did the music cut out there? Okay, now the toppings. I thought stream lagged for a moment. No, that was me. I clicked out of it. Because like when you're rotating it, my mouse ends up going to my second monitor, and then I end up like clicking, thinking that I'm in the game, and then it clicks out of it. Do you have to add all of them? Actually, you can just add whatever you like. Everyone's uthapams is different. Just make sure to add ghee first. Okay, ghee. And then what do we have? We have onions, of course. And then green chilies, of course. Idli powder, of course. Powder. And then carrots, yes. Can we have more? No. Oh, fuck! I forgot to turn the heat up again! It's like okonomiyaki? Yeah, it is! We gotta add ghee or oil. I'm gonna turn it up, that's what. Or even like Korean pancakes. Kimchi pancakes. I think I'm getting the hang of this. That looks so good. Oh my god. I actually make my omelets like this. See, I told you it's easy. I haven't made this in a while. This was your Appa's favorite. Curry dosa is dosa with mincemeat. Yes, exactly. We're doing it with mutton here, but you can do it with chicken, beef, or whatever you like. Mutton is definitely my go-to for curries. Never had red chilies. I actually never really found much of a difference between red and green chilies. No! I did it low again! How many times am I gonna forget this? I'm a failure of a chef. I'm a failure of a dosa maker. This is why I've never made one in real life. So much batter. So much batter thrown out. Mother is so disappointed in me. Good job, Kevin. Now we can start adding the curry toppings. Like uthapam, you want to add ghee first, then add the beaten eggs as a coating, followed by the actual curry, and finish it with coriander. Okay, wait, beaten egg. Oh, never mind, ghee. Red chilies have less bitter flavor profile. Oh, I never really noticed that. Then the curry, and then coriander. And we flip it. Oh no, that looks tasty. I know that Mexican food and Indian food are quite different in terms of like the overall flavor profile, but it's kind of funny to see some of these looking quite similar, you know? Even though they are quite different. Eee! You miss a lot of heartache. A lot of talking about past and childhood trauma and everything. And good food too. But you need to play this game, it's actually really good. This is fun. Yes, it really is. Oh, you are doing great, Kevin. You can start your own dosa restaurant when you go back. I know, right? I could probably run the best one. If there were restaurants that can serve dosas like this back there, that's how I feel about so much food. Like, imagine if you could, like, make half of the food that you get in other countries in, like, here. You can sell them from so much higher. Does Indian cuisine use a lot of limes? Ooh. Not really, actually. You know what? That's actually kind of an interesting point. So, like, you know, like, Ethiopian food? Ethiopian food is really similar to Indian food, except they put a lot of lime in their flatbreads. So I would say Ethiopian food is kind of like the lime version of Indian food. Not exactly. I mean, there's going to be loads of differences, but Just in terms of like the dolls that they make, it's very similar. So they put on this giant flatbread that tastes a lot like asana type idli kind of giant bread thing, except it's just very, very sour. Like they stuffed it with lime. Lime, avocados, Naples, chilies, and tomatoes are a must, besides tortilla of corn flour. Yeah, see, I think the differences in Indian cuisine is there's not much lime, except unless we're talking about lime pickle. I think lime is only ever used in pickles. And avocados are just not a thing. Naples are definitely also not a thing. Chilies are definitely a thing, but not like peppers, not chili peppers. I think it's only green chilies and red chilies, like the spicy kinds. The small ones. Tomatoes are also a thing, but mostly stuffed in, like, crushed or ground into, like, a tomato paste. And, you know, hidden inside curries. You're not really often gonna get tomatoes kind of cut whole. So you never actually see, like, a whole tomato. Like pointed chilies, yeah. Serrano, jalapeno, poblanos, bell, and dried peppers for spice. Yeah, I think all of those types of chilies aren't very common in India. I think we mostly use, like, the small ones. I'm trying to think of any others. There are, like, other equivalents, but I think for spices, it's mostly just, like, red and green chilies, and then loads of different kinds of fermented pickles, but then I think the pickles are fermented in chilies to make them taste so spicy. You wouldn't have missed home so much and left, huh? I came here for more than just dosas, Kavin. Oh, yeah, of course. I was just joking. Oh. Okay, well, you start eating these. I'll make the rest and then join you. Oh, no. I'll do it. Otherwise, they'll get cold before you can eat them. Well, won't they get cold for you then? Let me do this one time, at least. Sure, Kavin. Fermented feelings! Successfully finished cooking the dosas. What is that movie at the back? Amma. I have something to show you. Oh, it's a recipe book. This is Amma's recipe book. Have you been using it? Wait, I didn't fix some of these. You fixed those too? And you wrote in Tamil? He wrote in Tamil! This is great, Kavin. Is this all research for that show you're writing? No, Amma. Actually, I quit that job. Oh, why? I didn't like how they were using sensitivity representation. Couldn't write what they wanted. I felt like a fraud. I couldn't write what they wanted. I can't just write about dosas, saris, and musicals. Our lives are more messy than that. And sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it has people like me. I've acted like being Tamil was inconvenient for me my whole life. But now I'm acting Tamil when it's convenient for me. When there's a job on the line. I couldn't deal with it. I had no idea you felt this way. You're being unfair. I want to say both of them. But she really didn't know that he felt like that. It's true, Amma. I'm just a tourist. And I wasn't there for you after Appa. Oh no! And every time I wanted to apologize, I just felt too guilty to even face you. You've always said you stayed in Canada for me. I know how much it must have hurt you to come back here. And how much I must have hurt you. And Appa. It was so sudden. I always thought there would be time to tell him how much he inspires me. No. Even the stories he made up when I was a child and read them to me until I finally slept. My writing can't hold a candle to that. If I'm writing today, it's because of him. I'm still just trying to catch up to him. No, this is... No. Oh. That's not why I came here, Coven. You didn't? I came here because that's what's best for me. And even though it hurts me, it's what's best for you. What do you mean? I loved living here. The people, my parents, my job, everything. Leaving India was necessary, but really hard. I felt bad for leaving. And I missed it so much that I wanted to raise you like we never left here. It must have been suffocating for you. And after Pavlan... Well, coming back here and teaching all these kids has been great. If I'd stayed there, I don't think I could have given you the space you needed. Thanks, Amma. How long are you staying for? I don't know, Amma. But this is nice. What about you? Do you think you'll ever come back to Canada? I don't know, Kanna. But this is really nice. Oh, that was so good. This is such a sweet game. I know. I like how they showed it as like this. Oh, you get to cook fun Indian dishes and it'll be great. And then, and then everything. I really love the OST. Alpha something. I was just about to be like, who did the music for this? Secret Feels always hit so much harder. I know. They do. They do and they did. Oh. And so pretty too. I love the art style in this game. Ooh, vocals! Where's the instrumentals to be decided? Take. TikTok wizard! Special thanks. Wholesome games! It really was. Ontario. Is there vocals in the game other than the OST? I think they were just the OST. I think the vocals were just for the OST bits. Man. I really like the sound design. It just makes like touching everything feel really nice. Aww. A nice short little gem. Yeah, I saw this in one of the, I think it was in the Nintendo Direct or one of the game shows things. And I was like, okay. I'm definitely playing that. It looks like it's not going to be super long, but it also looks like it's just going to be a really nice experience. And it was. I'm really glad we played that. Oh, man. That like was such a nostalgia trip for me. I think it was an indie world and Also a wholesome director. Yeah, I think so.
Man.
It's funny because I never really get to talk about like what things were like when I don't know. It's kind of interesting because like the way Kevin kind of explained, like the way he was acting to his parents, it kind of reminds me of like how I used to act when I was a child. Like, I don't know, it's kind of a weird mix because it's like I was like made fun of a lot for my accent, but it was like for sounding Essex when I lived in India. but then so I felt really bad about that. But then it was also I remember I didn't want to pick up the like a Goan accent because I thought, oh no, I'm gonna get made fun of when I eventually move back. And then I realized that it's not something that you just pick up really easily because there was this one kid, I feel like I mentioned this before, there was this one kid who was like super white and he was like from England. And he had an accent, like he had a Goan accent. And I remember being like, how did you get that? That's, And it's just because he moved like 2 years before I did. So I guess he was a bit younger than me. So maybe it just kind of is easier to adapt. And he just like was a sponge. But it was kind of weird because like a lot of people kept saying, why don't you have an accent? Because you like I feel like you should have one since I'm not white, so like compared to him I always felt like, oh god, maybe I should be blending in more. My sister also picked up an accent because she's also very adaptable, so like him and my sister, they blended in very easily and they were able to kind of get through a lot better than I did. It might be because I resisted more. I definitely did. I used to cry every day. I was so upset about leaving. Because, like, it was leaving behind my friends and my house. I was really upset about leaving behind the house. But yeah, I was just I was a very angry kid when I moved. And then I got bullied about my voice because I sounded Essex. And then over time, I started to like I started to like adapt a little bit, but it took me a couple of years. And when I finally adapted and felt kind of like I found a friendship group and everything, and I made my best friend, who, to be fair, I actually met her on the first day of school, and she was like, "We're gonna be friends." Like, it was so funny. She was like, she said something to me. I kind of forgot what it was, but she said something so strange. Right! She was like, "Oh, by the way, I see ghosts. They're out in the PE quad." I was like, what? What is this weirdo? She was like, just don't go to the bathrooms near the PE quad. Oh my god. And I was like, all right. And then we didn't talk for a whole week after that, but I remember being like, I like that girl. She's weird. And I didn't make friends with anyone, but then a week after, I met her again, and she was just kind of dragging me all over the place. And then she became my best friend, as I mentioned before. It's so weird, like, just how that developed. Oh my god. And then we became witches together. Did I mention that? Right, we pretended we were witches. I think that was like a year after. We used to like hang out outside in the place where she saw dead people, and we'd make potions. We had like a whole pact and everything. I've definitely mentioned that bit before. Yeah, that was the first impression that I will never forget. I don't think I've had a first impression like that with anyone else before. Pretended. I think I pretended and she was legit. Oh man. Good times. Good times. See, sometimes I am nostalgic over school. Sometimes I'm like, oh god, that was awful. It was a rough couple of years. But then she definitely made it a lot nicer. That was a fun game. I like that. Fee, you need to play this. Fee, you need to play this. It's a good game. My talkiness on this one rival coffee talk tangents. Well, that's kind of impressive, actually. That is very impressive. I don't know. Probably. Maybe like, I think this probably rivals my talkiness with a lot of things. I think just because there's a lot to talk about with this for me. I never really get to talk about like my school life when I moved. I feel like this is a game meant to dredge up memories of childhood. Both good and bad. I don't know, just the bits with Coven made me really sad. Because it reminds me of how I was like with my parents. And how I was very... I don't know. There's... So the thing is, it's like... I want to be like, oh, Coven, how dare you? But at the same time... Back when I lived in India, a lot of people were kind of like... really idolizing the aspect of being foreign and putting down the culture in India. So it made me feel like I should do the same thing. But I wasn't any better. And I still think the politics there suck, just like everywhere else, but, you know. Even the game didn't show you how dare you him in the end. Yeah, his mother was very understanding about it, and it's like, I think it's valid to be like, for him to feel bad about it, because I did too. It's just kind of nice to actually see a character that reminded me so much of myself. First person I ever dated was this girl in middle school who just started dating some guy a month later and forgot to break up with me! So I tried to put a curse on her! What? Fee, that is the most Fee thing I have heard. Oh my god. I'm gonna stop putting your name in my fridge or my freezer, just in case. You can tell the story was very personal. Yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff you can't make up. It's like what Chris was saying about the TV show. Like, you can put stuff about dosas and saris and whatever on the TV show, but you can't really replicate the experiences that they show in this game. This is stuff that happens to you, that you don't tell people who've not lived it, you know? It's like how with my coworkers, I never talk about like my life in India because I feel genuinely like they just don't get it. They don't understand. Like, they'll never understand. And it's like, they're not being mean about it. Like, it's just kind of, you can kind of see them kind of turn off a little bit when it's like, it's not a shared experience. While it's when they're talking about their own kind of childhood, I only ever talk about my life in England because it's like, this is the stuff that they'll relate to. But like, when I met there's this other coworker that joined who was not from India, but she was from like, somewhere in the Middle East, I think. And she had a very similar childhood to me, where she like moved there, moved back, moved there, moved that, but whatever. And it was so easy to kind of, it felt so freeing to talk about my experiences over there, because it was like, this is a part of my life that I never get to talk about with anyone. Because it's like, you have to start from scratch and explaining stuff like this, and it's hard to do that. It's like, instead of just being like, oh yeah, I moved there, and the other person being like, yeah, I get it, I understand. It's like, you have to talk about everything leading up to it. And I don't know, it's nice to meet someone that has a shared experience with you. And it's nice to kind of see that in a game and in a movie. And it's like, when you're sharing it with other people that haven't experienced it, you can kind of give them a feel for that too. Like, if they play this, I feel like other people who haven't experienced this can kind of get a little bit of a feel for it. Like, something that you can't really explain if you're not really great with... I'm not great with words. I'm not a writer. I can't explain stuff like this nicely. But a game can do that. And this is like a pure memory from someone else. This is something that, you know, you can't really just get from talking to to someone that's not good at explaining things. I don't know. That's really I'm not good at phrasing things. None of that made sense, but basically I like this game because I feel like it opens up a slice of life that you don't often get to see. Because I feel like Indian culture in general is just not really represented that well in media. Like I said, I really like how it was shown in Spider-Verse. That was one of those moments where I had a friend, like I went with a couple of friends, and one of them also also lived in India and grew up in India for a bit. And after the movie was over, we couldn't yell, and we were also sitting a bit far apart because seating arrangements and stuff in the theater were awful. But at the end of the movie, we were just screaming about that section with Indian Spider-Man. And it's like, other people can finally understand. They get it. It's a good little slice of life for other people that I don't have to ever explain anymore because it's in the movie. You can see it yourself. Anyway, it felt good. Now you guys have seen it. So. On your freezer, Fee, it is a thing that witches do. Okay? When you're getting cursed by a witch, you put the witch's name in the freezer so that they can't curse you because the freezer acts as a block for me. So that's what my coworker who is very witchy told me.